warmest of welcomes to you. We await the conclusion of the pre-game formalities. This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Thanks, Peter. It's a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here.
There's the whistle, and here we go. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
I'm going to pick a defender, Thiago Silva. A natural athlete for me, with all the characteristics to be at the top of his trade. He's a natural leader too, and sets an example in showing great discipline. Arguably the world's best.
Yeah, the scourge of so many strikers. Tries a through ball. Defending was physical, no nonsense, and it had to be.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been the most eye-catching goal we'd seen. Ultimately, the numbers prevented him from scrambling it in.
Granit Xhaka. Ball is over the line. Xhaka. Jorginho. Sterling. Koulibaly. Conte. Jorginho. Conte. Sterling. With that well, looks to slip it through. Sterling. It's a throw. Azpilicueta cuts it out. Conte. Jorginho. And it's Conte. So what now? It's good progress he's made on the ball. Where to next? Granit Xhaka. Granit Xhaka. Wonderful quick feet. Good challenge, he just stood firm. Sterling did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Arsenal, ball in promising areas, but nothing to show for it. Long and high towards the flank. I think that's a corner. Yes, it is. Shade too heavy. Keeper can pick that up. Koulibaly. Sterling. Koulibaly. Thiago Silva. Conte. Thrust towards the front line. Conte. Jorginho. Granit Xhaka. Granit Xhaka. He's got the ball glued to his feet. He's had a shot! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Oh, much more than a routine save for me, and yet he just coped with room to spare.
Granit Xhaka plays it short, takes aim with a cross. He's there to get rid. Well, that's not the cross he had in mind. Now the pass. That's a pop! It's missed, but not by that far.
Oh, listen, I think you can understand at times that the pace of the game pressures players into split-second decisions, and sometimes they just make the wrong one. And I think he would have been better placing that.
Granit Xhaka pulls short. It's over the line, and that'll be a goal kick. Going to make this theirs. Spoon forward. Sterling. So it is still 0-0. Conte passes it through. He acknowledges that he should have come up with something better there.
The idea was good though, Peter. I like the run that triggered the pass, but the quality was the problem.
A clever pass. Away from immediate danger. He'll try from distance. Good stop, that wasn't easy.
Well, I can only add that he's got reflexes that are in perfect working order, Peter. That was very good to watch.
Great run this, he's covered quite a distance. Chance! This could fall anywhere! Granit Xhaka gets it away. Jorginho sticks in a foot to win it back. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. And he's going to have his name taken. Players protesting furiously, but there's little or no sympathy from the ref. Lead! Oh, just couldn't turn it in.
Yeah, they had lots of options in the box there. They've got plenty to chew on at the moment, but no bite.
Pumps it forwards. Xhaka. Clears it out of harm's way. Out to the left it goes. Boots it upfield. Keeper and try something new. Conte. Jorginho. Thiago Silva. Conte. Raspilicueta. Koulibaly. Conte. Jorginho. Will be a throw-in. Turns and goes back. It's a loose ball. Managed to get it away. Jorginho. Conte. Forward it goes. Sterling has a goal! That really should have hit the net.
And what a lovely first touch, and that allowed him the space to get the shot away. It's excellent technique.
Forward quickly. Tries the route one option. Thiago Silva gets it back. Speculative strike. Jorginho. Coming up to the 30-minute mark. No, that's not the ball he wanted. Conte. Looks like a good ball through. Out of play for a goal kick. Hooks it upfield. Played out to the right. Thiago Silva. Still going. Where to next? Tries a through ball. Oh, that's neat. Now the ball's come loose and the chase is on. And out to safety. And it's Sterling. Now it's Sterling. Direct. Forward. What does he try from here? Granit Xhaka. Plays a clever pass. Clears it out of harm's way. Out again for a throw-in. Sterling tries a long pass towards the front. Raspilicueta. Koulibaly. Conte. Plays it into the channel. And the flag has stayed down. Wasn't very far from making something happen by himself. Lovely to see. Granit Xhaka. Thiago Silva. Conte. Jorginho. Sterling. That's not going to make it. Granit Xhaka. That's a throw. Arsenal making the ideal start. It is something to build on.
Well, they've managed to get their noses in front early because they've been much quicker out of the stalls. They've set a high tempo and intensity. They look as though they want it much more at the moment.
That's been a question. They scored inside the first 10 minutes to give them a 1-0 lead. So what now? It'll be a throw-in. The defence can get it clear. Koulibaly. Sterling. It's a good run down the right. Where could this lead? And that's a throw. Sterling. Battles to win it back. Looks to slip it through, and he's made certain that won't get through. Conte. Thiago Silva. Koulibaly. First quarter of an hour gone. Koulibaly. Conte. Didn't want to step in there, that was more than necessary. It's come loose. It in gently, shoots! Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome.
Oh, he couldn't have hit that any better, and any other time it would have sneaked in.
He put on quite a show there.
Well, he went at it with great confidence, and it's not going to stop him from trying again.
Sterling with the ball through. It's over the line, and that'll be a goal kick. Pumps it upfield. Looks like a good ball through. Azpilicueta does well to read it and intercepts. It through. Conte. Out wide to the right. Sticks in a foot to win it back. Granit Xhaka. Shaka. Looks like a good ball through. Keeper's ball. Jorginho was long and forward. Good challenge, he just stood firm. Good run down the left. What can they make of it? Played out to the wing. Granit Xhaka to get on the end of this. Jorginho. Sterling. Still going. Where to next? Played into the middle. It's a loose ball. Gets good distance on it. Conte. Belts one. Good hit. Kept the keeper honest. On the left-hand side now to profit from it. Oh, terrific run to latch onto it, but the finish is all wrong.
Yeah, and that was all about the through ball. Great control, and the weight was perfect.
To get it away. Loose ball, who's going to get that? Gets it back. Jorginho. And it's Conte. Defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
Well, they say that your front lads should be that first line of stopping the opposition, and I think he's taken it to another level with his desire to get back and help everyone out.
That had to be more accurate. He acknowledges that he should have come up with something better there.
The idea was good though, Peter, and I like the run that triggered the pass, but the quality was the problem.
Shoots! No, he's missed it.
That's a pretty powerful effort, because he really got hold of that one, but he's not going to trouble the keeper from there.
Minutes gone. Cuts it out. Jorginho. Sterling. Koulibaly. Sterling. It's quite a run, and he's not done yet. Heave to the back post. He's done well to get his head on that, but couldn't score.
Arsenal didn't really deal with the wide play. It was a lovely dribble down the flank, but really they've got to double up to try and stop that, and I think with the attempted goal too, they were a little fortunate.
Quickly. Xhaka. Looks to slip it through. Battles to win it back. Goes for goal! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay. Tries a through ball. That intervention was very necessary. Sterling. Arsenal are in control here on the brink of half-time. Played out to the right. Great challenge. Xhaka. It'll be a throw-in. Now the pass. Conte. Jorginho. Sterling. Early ball, firmly met. Oh, the ball's come loose! Here comes another cross. Oh, not the best of headers. Direct. And it's Xhaka. Sterling. Conte. Jorginho. Sterling. That's a throw. Tracking back like that, always appreciated by the crowd.
You have to admire commitment like that, because he could easily ignore that and just kind of walk around and let others do all the chasing, but instead he looks as if he relishes the chance to dig in for his team here.
Clearance and very necessary. Sterling. Jorginho. And it's Sterling. And that's a foul. Free kick's been given.
Ambitious to say the least. He seems to be in a hurry to get that in.
Xhaka. Out to the left it goes. Granit Xhaka with a beautifully timed run. Aspilicueta. Jorginho tries to dink it in. Tries to cut back, in for a header! Good delivery, no joy.
Yeah, and it all came from very good trickery in the wider position, but quite a static defence. Was pretty fortunate to survive that little episode. It should have been much worse.
Spoon forward. And the through ball is intercepted.
I'm going to pick a defender, Thiago Silva. A natural athlete for me, with all the characteristics to be at the top of his trade. He's a natural leader too, and sets an example in showing great discipline. Arguably the world's best.
Yeah, I must agree, especially in view of his ability to lead and organise the defence. And it's Xhaka. Out to the flank. Well played, he saw that coming. Sterling. Jorginho. Sterling. With the ball through. Conte. And he's there to hoof it away. Clears it out of harm's way. Conte. Jorginho. Conte. Deftly done. Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source. That's an untidy challenge. Free kick given. Tries a through ball. Xhaka. That looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. It's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. The protest continues, but in the end they are defending the indefensible. That's a fine save.
Well, I thought his starting position was good, and that helped the keeper to judge the flight of the ball and deal with it well.
Conte. Granit Xhaka. Ball's out on the left now. Steered out wide. Crosses it in low. Sterling did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Hits one! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Keeper has shown great concentration there. I think his anticipation pretty much did the trick for him.
It's a loose ball. Arsenal putting their opponents under a lot of pressure in the early stages. Now the cross. Managed to get it away. Now the pass. Granit Xhaka. Passes it through. Now here's the through ball. Koulibaly. Jorginho. Now it's Sterling. Timely intervention. Conte tries a long pass towards the front. A chance! It's gone a long way up and away. Forward tracking back like that, always appreciated by the crowd.
Well, they say that your front lads should be that first line of stopping the opposition, and I think he's taken it to another level with his desire to get back and help everyone out.
It is deadlocked. Chance to shoot. Can he put it away? He's done very well to get to that.
That wasn't the easiest of saves by any means, Peter, and I think his instincts were, well, they were just razor sharp.
And it's Conte. Conte really struggling to influence the game.
Well, it looks like he's been the one who's targeted as the danger man here, and as a consequence, he's getting the special attention. They're getting players around him quickly, they're giving him nowhere to go. And I think pretty soon he could be getting frustrated with this.
Sterling. Sterling. Oh, glorious footwork! He's long and forward. Done very well to intervene. Jorginho. Sterling. It's gone for a throw-in. Granit Xhaka. Good defending there, they've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. That a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. Jorginho. It out to the wing. Ball's loose, who's getting there? Played out to the wing. Lovely bit of skill. Sterling with a beautifully timed run. Granit Xhaka. Oh, didn't catch it right.
Well, what a lovely first touch, and that allowed him the space to get the shot away. It's excellent technique.
Thrust towards the front line. Has a swing at it! Good stop, that wasn't easy.
Well, I can only add that he's got reflexes that are in perfect working order, Peter. That was very good to watch.
Granit Xhaka. So what now? Looks like a good ball through. Oh, it's opened up nicely for him. That's surely a foul. Free kick. Conte. He's coming up to the 30-minute mark. There were better options before the ball was lost. Easy to save from up here, I know. Looks to slip it through. Lovely feet. He's got options in the box if he gets his head up. Loose ball, who's going to get there? Who's got the final touch there? Goal kick's been given. Upfield. Okay.
I'm going to pick a defender, Thiago Silva. A natural athlete for me, with all the characteristics to be at the top of his trade. He's a natural leader too, and sets an example in showing great discipline. Arguably the world's best.
Yeah, the scourge of so many strikers. Tries a through ball. It was physical, no nonsense, and it had to be.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been the most eye-catching goal we'd seen. Ultimately, the numbers prevented him from scrambling it in.
Granit Xhaka. Ball is over the line. Xhaka. Jorginho. Sterling. Koulibaly. Conte. Jorginho. Conte. Sterling. With that well. Looks to slip it through. Sterling. It's a throw. Azpilicueta cuts it out. Conte. Jorginho. And it's Conte. So what now? It's good progress he's made on the ball. Where to next? Granit Xhaka. Granit Xhaka. Wonderful quick feet. Good challenge, he just stood firm. Sterling did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Arsenal, ball in promising areas, but nothing to show for it. Long and high towards the flank. I think that's a corner. Yes, it is. Shade too heavy. He can pick that up. Koulibaly. Sterling. Koulibaly. Thiago Silva. Conte. Thrust towards the front line. Conte. Jorginho. Granit Xhaka. Granit Xhaka. He's got the ball glued to his feet. He's had a shot! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Oh, much more than a routine save for me, and yet he just coped with room to spare.
Granit Xhaka plays it short, takes aim with a cross. He's there to get rid. Well, that's not the cross he had in mind. Now the pass. That's a pop! It's missed, but not by that far.
Oh, listen, I think you can understand at times that the pace of the game pressures players into split-second decisions, and sometimes they just make the wrong one. And I think he would have been better placing that.
Granit Xhaka falls short. It's over the line, and that'll be a goal kick. Going to make this theirs. Spoon forward. Sterling. So it is still 0-0. Conte passes it through. He acknowledges that he should have come up with something better there.
The idea was good though, Peter. I like the run that triggered the pass, but the quality was the problem.
A clever pass. Away from immediate danger. He'll try from distance. Good stop. That wasn't easy.
Well, I can only add that he's got reflexes that are in perfect working order, Peter. That was very good to watch.
Great run this, he's covered quite a distance. Chance! This could fall anywhere! Granit Xhaka gets it away. Jorginho sticks in a foot to win it back. Whistle's gone, that's foul. And he's going to have his name taken. Players protesting furiously, but there's little or no sympathy from the ref. Massive leap! Oh, just couldn't turn it in.
Yeah, they had lots of options in the box there. They've got plenty to chew on at the moment, but no bite.
Forwards. And it's Xhaka. Clears it out of harm's way. Out to the left it goes. Boots it upfield. To the keeper and try something new. Conte. Jorginho. Thiago Silva. Conte. Raspilicueta. Koulibaly. Conte. Jorginho. Will be a throw-in. Turns and goes back. It's a loose ball. Managed to get it away. Jorginho. Conte. Forward it goes. Sterling has a goal! That really should have hit the net.
And what a lovely first touch, and that allowed him the space to get the shot away. It's excellent technique.
Direct. Tries a through ball. Going for goal! That is wayward. Raspilicueta. Spoon forward. Jorginho. Conte. Jorginho. Conte. Thiago Silva. Conte. It's come loose. He ran himself into trouble there, free kick given away. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. Who's going to make this theirs? Sterling. Ball's come loose and the chase is on. Now the pass. Sterling. Gets it back. Respilicueta. Sterling. Score not really a true reflection of what's been a pretty open game. Jorginho. Passes it through. Now it's Sterling. Tries to get it forward quickly. Nice one too. Decent ball. Yeah, he's offering an apology for that. He needed to deliver a better ball. Jorginho. And it's Sterling. To dink it in. It'll be a throw-in. Jorginho. Great challenge. Sterling. Xhaka. He's going to run down the left wing. Looks like a good ball through. Conte. Thiago Silva. Jorginho. Sterling. Good work on the right flank. Now, what's next? Up to meet it! Oh, just needed a better contact.
Yeah, and it all came from very good trickery in the wider position, but quite a static defence. Was pretty fortunate to survive that little episode. It should have been much worse.
Spoon forward. Xhaka. Ball's loose, who's getting there? There is the half-time whistle. So your views on the first half?
Well, the first half has been a story of, if at first you don't succeed, keep trying, because they've hammered away.
No goals at this stage, but certainly not devoid of action. It is 0-0 here at half-time. No score in the first half. Who's ready to go for it now? Koulibaly. Sterling. Now the pass. Oh, real chance! Xhaka. Sterling battles to win it back. Jorginho. Granit Xhaka. Acknowledges that he should have come up with something better there.
Yeah, and it was a case of good awareness too. That wasn't quite matched by the right weighted pass. It only needed just a little bit more behind it, and he was through.
Azpilicueta sticks in a foot to win it back. Jorginho. Sterling. Koulibaly, Thiago Silva, Conte, pumps it forwards, Jorginho, and it's Sterling. Sterling passes it through. Oh, that's a waste. Tries a through ball. Looks to slip it through. Goalkeeper's ball. Azpilicueta. Conte. Thiago Silva. Conte. Has gone out. He is not one readily to admit defeat. Don't be surprised if he tries that again. It's come loose. And he's made certain that won't get through. Jorginho. Belts one. He's got away with one there. Granit Xhaka plays it short. We're still waiting for a goal to report here. The sort of defending that is going to upset the opposition. It already has, actually.
Well, he's obviously been identified as a menace, and they're dealing with him accordingly. I think we can expect more of the same.
Jorginho.
Chelsea have opted to really stretch the game now.
Yeah, that's pretty evident, but what's their thinking?
It looks as if the opposition are happy to defend the width of the 18-yard box, trying to remove that compactness. Well here, and they're in a good position to kick on and add to their lead. They don't have to overcommit, but they can place more emphasis on stretching their advantage without necessarily neglecting things defensively.
Jorginho tries a long pass towards the front. Defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
You have to admire commitment like that, because he could easily ignore that and just kind of walk around and let others do all the chasing, but instead he looks as if he relishes the chance to dig in for his team here.
this wide. Had a shot! Oh, great save, real class.
Keeper has shown great concentration there. I think his anticipation pretty much did the trick for him.
That's one way to make your presence felt.
I would agree. It's tremendous play. He's full of belief and imagination and hard to contain.
Defence got the better of him this time, but I'm sure he'll go again. Granit Xhaka. Tries to dink it in. The defence can get it clear. Driving on now, what can they conjure from here? Conte. Looking to get within range. It's gone a long way up and away. Conte looks to slip it through, and he's there to hoof it away. Cuts it back, firmly met. It's anyone's ball. He is not one readily to admit defeat. Don't be surprised if he tries that again. Is it out of harm's way? Out wide to the right. Koulibaly. Sterling. Into the channel. It's out of play for a goal kick. Make this theirs.
They're actually not getting too tight, which is interesting.
No.
It's probably cautionary. Don't dive in, try to pinch it or intercept so nobody can get in behind.
And the through ball is intercepted. Granit Xhaka with the short one. Jorginho goes long and forward. Keeps everyone guessing. It's over the line, and it is a corner. Played it short, and the cutback. It's well blocked, and back out it comes. Jorginho. It's a brilliant interception. It's come loose. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Looks to thread it through. Gets good distance on it.
Well, there's a lot of movement out wide now.
Yeah, you can certainly see that.
Well, I think
the referee's awarded a free kick. Just the talking to, I think. Yes, it is. And that's out of reach. Spoon forward. This is quite a run, and he's not done yet. Chip through. Loose ball, who's going to get there? Arsenal get it back again. Ball's loose, who's getting there? That's a throw. Your impression so far, Jim?
There's a lot of football still to be played, Peter, so ideally they need to maintain an attacking endeavour.
Good run down the left. What can they make of it? Can he find a finish now? Good idea, just poorly executed. And it's Conte. Thiago Silva, Jorginho, Koulibaly, Conte. Now the ball's come loose and the chase is on. It's gone out for a throw-in. Tries the cut back. Turns and goes back. Now the pass. That'll be a throw. Sterling. And that's well defended. Good run, ultimately thwarted by an astute piece of defending. Crowd appreciates good football all round there. Well, no doubt someone is being given special treatment here.
Well, his stealth has been compromised because of his goal, and his treatment from here looks as if it could get a little tighter.
And it's Jorginho. Needless to say, he was expecting a better ball than that. Granit Xhaka. Xhaka. Koulibaly. Conte. Knocks it towards the front. Jorginho tries a through ball. Good clearance and very necessary. With the ball through. Corner it is. And it's been taken short. Granit Xhaka. Tidy up the situation. And it's Sterling.
That's good defence, plain and simple, good defence. They refuse to allow a turn.
Sterling conjuring up some magic on the right-hand side. So was it or wasn't it? Well, you be the judge, but he did look very, very willing to go down. Arsenal have been given a penalty. Well, the players are making their point, but the ref clearly isn't interested. He's waved them all away.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score, and obviously he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
Oh, he's missed it.
Well, what can I say about that other than the sooner they forget about it, the better. It's history.
Conte. On-shell pass, that's the message there. Thiago Silva battles to win it back. Sterling. Granit Xhaka.
Neglecting things defensively.
Conte takes control of it and he's on the move. Granit Xhaka passes it through. That was one quality pass away from being a very decent chance. Looked very promising.
Yeah, I think the problem there was that the pass was telegraphed. An easy read for the defence.
Granit Xhaka. And it's Xhaka. The ball's come loose and the chase is on. Looks to slip it through. Shot at goal! Oh, he did the hard part right, but fluffed the finish.
Oh, that was a lovely little dink over the top just to get the runner in on the keeper, and what a pity he just couldn't produce a goal from that. Well, you can sense they really go for it now. This is gung-ho and only a goal will do for them.
Azpilicueta tries to get it forward quickly. Xhaka. And he's there to cut it out. And out to safety. Jorginho. Whistle's gone, that's a foul.
Technically, that was a beautifully struck shot from so far out. I just thought he was a little unlucky there.
Granit Xhaka pumps it forwards. And it's Sterling. Surely! It's gone a long way up and away. Conte, Jorginho.
This defence is wary about opposition pace.
So they're just not getting too tight.
Yeah, they know that if they step up, their keeper could get a whole lot busier.
Looks like a good ball through. Jorginho. Conte pumps it upfield. Sterling hustling down that right flank. And the cutback. Lifting it over. Volleyed effort.
I think it's a very good try, and I think he chose the right option, but let me tell you, that's a tough skill.
That's one way to make your presence felt.
He's been a joy to watch, and that didn't miss by much. He'll be back. Well, there's a lot of movement out wide now.
Yeah, you can certainly see that.
Well, I think it's a move to open the game up more, whether out wide or just getting a runner through the middle now.
And it's Jorginho. Oh, it's opened up nicely for him. He is not one readily to admit defeat. Don't be surprised if he tries that again. Looks to thread it through. Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in.
Yeah, with him being under pressure from a couple of opponents, I thought he showed real determination to get some sort of attempted goal, and we have to give him credit at least for that.
Play for a throw. Cross deflected behind for a corner. Loose, who's getting there? Has gone out. Your impression so far, Jim?
Peter, they're leaving nobody guessing now. This is a decisive attempt to go further in front.
Can he find a finish now? That's the sort of defending that is going to upset the opposition. It already has, actually.
Well, his stealth has been compromised because of his goal, and his treatment from here looks as if it could get a little tighter.
No, that's not the ball he wanted. Towards the front. Driving on now, what can they conjure from here? Steered out wide. Aimed long and direct. Was good pressing, forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. Some good work on the right flank. Now, what's next? It's gone for a throw-in. Is it in? He's done very well to get to that.
That wasn't the easiest of saves by any means, Peter, and I think his instincts were, well, they were just razor sharp.
It so nearly came off for him.
I would agree. It's tremendous play. He's full of belief and imagination and hard to contain.
And the volley. No, not quite.
Well, maybe their long-range shooting is a little ambitious here, but they have plenty who can smack one, so why not?
Who's going to make this theirs? Decent progress down the left. Good challenge, he just stood firm. Granit Xhaka. Conte. Aimed in towards the centre. And that's been repelled. Conte. How about it? Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Keeper has shown great concentration there. I think his anticipation pretty much did the trick for him.
And that should be the keeper's. Granit Xhaka, almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Gets it back. Very good battle there, terrific to watch. Lovely feet. Granit Xhaka. It's a good run down the left-hand side. Of the outcome, it is good to see someone running at the defence like that. Conte. Now can he finish? Timely intervention. Granit Xhaka plays it short. Koulibaly. Out to the wing. Sterling looking to get on the end of this. Wonderful quick feet. Sterling passes it square. Pumps it upfield. Too much on that, it's gone out. Tries to get it forward quickly.
I still haven't moved.
It's a good run down the right. Where could this lead? Xhaka. And it's Xhaka. Now the pass. Well positioned to make that interception. Astute defending to ensure they got no further. Good interception. Goes for the cross. Aim forward. If we're going to get a winner, it's got to come now. Out wide to the right. And the cutback. It's well blocked, and back out it comes. He's hit it first time.
No doubt if he'd sacrificed some of the power he was trying to put into that and favour better technique, then I think he might have had more joy.
Xhaka. Good run down the left. What can they make of it? That's a foul. Simple decision for the referee. Raspinaqueta. And it's Jorginho. Jorginho passes it through, and the ball is out of play. It's a promising run he's making on the right. Through ball is intercepted. The defence can get it clear. Gave it a go, but off target.
Look, they haven't had that many shooting opportunities against this defence, but along with some patience now, they need to find a bit more invention and craft.
Jorginho. Conte. Conte. He's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. The ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances. Home support won't enjoy that.
You get the feeling that whoever scores the next goal here will be the winners of this tie. They can't afford to waste chances like that, though.
A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no signs of nerves or caginess from either team. This pitch is go-for-it territory right now.
Koulibaly gets good distance on it. Looks like a good ball through.
Well, this is when your experienced players should come to the fore. They've got to help them keep it better than this.
It's a long forward pass. And it's Conte.
That's good defence, plain and simple, good defence. They refuse to allow a turn.
Looking cross-field, changing the point of attack. Thiago Silva. Nicely controlled. Defending was physical, no nonsense, and it had to be. Plays it out to the flank. Regardless of the outcome, it is good to see someone running at the defence like that. It's a throw. Played out to the wing. Yeah, he's fouled him there. Time added on will be 2 minutes. That'll be a throw-in.
Well here, and they're in a good position to kick on and add to their lead. They don't have to overcommit, but they can place more emphasis on stretching their advantage without necessarily neglecting things defensively.
Jorginho tries a long pass towards the front. Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
You have to admire commitment like that, because he could easily ignore that and just kind of walk around and let others do all the chasing, but instead he looks as if he relishes the chance to dig in for his team here.
Goes wide. Had a shot! Oh, great save, real class.
Keeper has shown great concentration there. I think his anticipation pretty much did the trick for him.
That's one way to make your presence felt.
I would agree. It's tremendous play. He's full of belief and imagination and hard to contain.
Defence got the better of him this time, but I'm sure he'll go again. Granit Xhaka. Tries to dink it in. The defence can get it clear. Driving on now, what can they conjure from here? Conte. Looking to get within range. It's gone a long way up and away. It's Conte, looks to slip it through, and he's there to hoof it away. Cuts it back. Firmly met. It's anyone's ball. He is not one readily to admit defeat. Don't be surprised if he tries that again. Is it out of harm's way? Out wide to the right. Koulibaly. Sterling. Into the channel. It's out of play for a goal kick. Who's going to make this theirs?
They're actually not getting too tight, which is interesting.
No.
It's probably cautionary. Don't dive in, try to pinch it or intercept so nobody can get in behind.
Through ball is intercepted. Granit Xhaka with the short one. Jorginho goes long and forward. Keeps everyone guessing. It's over the line, and it is a corner. They've played it short. And the cutback. It's well blocked, and back out it comes. Jorginho. It's a brilliant interception. It's come loose. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Looks to thread it through. Gets good distance on it.
Well, there's a lot of movement out wide now.
Yeah, you can certainly see that.
Well, I think
The referee's awarded a free kick. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is. That's out of reach. Spoon forward. This is quite a run, and he's not done yet. Chip through. Loose ball. Who's going to get there? Arsenal get it back again. Ball's loose. Who's getting there? A throw. Azpilicueta. Your impression so far, Jim?
there's a lot of football still to be played, Peter, so ideally they need to maintain an attacking endeavour.
Good run down the left. What can they make of it? Can he find a finish now? Good idea, just poorly executed. And it's Conte. Thiago Silva. Jorginho. Koulibaly. Conte. Now the ball's come loose and the chase is on. It's gone out for a throw-in. Tries the cutback. Turns and goes back. Now the pass. That'll be a throw. Sterling. And that's well defended. Good run, ultimately thwarted by an astute piece of defending. Crowd appreciates good football all round there. Well, no doubt someone is being given special treatment here.
Well, his stealth has been compromised because of his goal, and his treatment from here looks as if it could get a little tighter.
And it's Jorginho. Needless to say, he was expecting a better ball than that. Granit Xhaka. Xhaka. Koulibaly. Conte. Knocks it towards the front. Jorginho tries a through ball. Good clearance and very necessary. Conte with the ball through. Corner it is. And it's been taken short. Granit Xhaka. Tidy up the situation. And it's Sterling.
That's good defence, plain and simple, good defence. They refuse to allow a turn.
Sterling conjuring up some magic on the right-hand side. So was it or wasn't it? Well, you be the judge, but he did look very, very willing to go down. Arsenal have been given a penalty. Well, the players are making their point, but the ref clearly isn't interested. He's waved them all away.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score, and obviously he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
Oh, he's missed it.
Well, what can I say about that other than the sooner they forget about it, the better. It's history.
Conte. Shell pass, that's the message there. Thiago Silva battles to win it back. Sterling. Granit Xhaka. Boots it upfield. Hoists it high. Shot at goal! Oh, taken with style! Given such an open invitation, he was always going to shoot.
Yeah, and teamwork was key to that. A beautiful piece of engineering to set him free in the box.
Deadlock broken, it's 1-0.
Oh, half-time has been a blessing for this team. You know, what a great start to the second half.
It's coming on the right now, what's on? It's deflected over the goal line for a corner. Played it short. Oh, that's neat. Fires it in low. And out to safety. Conte. Granit Xhaka pumps it upfield. Out again for a throw-in. Jorginho has got the ball glued to his feet. Cross deflected behind for a corner. Thinks he's got rid of that. And it's Conte. Away from immediate danger. Conte. He wasn't very far from making something happen. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. Granit Xhaka.
They're actually not getting too tight, which is interesting. No, it's probably cautionary. Don't dive in, try to pinch it or intercept so nobody can get in behind.
Forward it goes. Conte. So Jim, what are you thinking?
There's a lot of football still to be played, Peter, so ideally they need to maintain an attacking endeavour.
Jorginho knocks it towards the front. Tries a through ball. Sterling. Throw it. Defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
You have to admire commitment like that, because he could easily ignore that and just kind of walk around and let others do all the chasing, but instead he looks as if he relishes the chance to dig in for his team here.
Keeps everyone guessing. And the finish! Saved only by poor finishing.
Well, that's understandable, because they haven't found it easy against this defence, and shooting from that sort of range, it's not the answer.
Goal to give them a 1-0 lead. Did really well to intervene and dispel the growing danger. Jorginho. Raspilicueta. Conte. Some good run down the left-hand side. Wonderful quick feet. Whose ball? Who's going to get there?
Well, we were unlikely to see a goal then because there were so many players crowding out that danger area. I think something very special was going to be needed.
Sterling. Massive leap! In it goes! Oh, lovely header, but really it was all about the delivery.
Well, as contact goes, that was tremendous, and it helped him to direct it exactly where he wanted into that net. I think when it comes to the aerial department, this fella is definitely no slouch.
That has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Oh, look, Peter, I was on the fence before a ball was kicked, and
now the pass. And that's caused a worry or two.
But when he struck that, he must have thought it was going in. Such are the margins of success and failure in this game. That was so close.
Oh, he really wanted that.
Well, in all honesty, he's tormented that defence. They just can't handle him.
That will be the final act. Well, no winner here, but an intriguing game. The result probably a fair reflection. It has finished all square. Thoughts on what we've just seen?
I think the first...
Waste another day, eyes on my display. You say we need a change, and I feel that you mean it. You mean it. But you're so right, we're losing track of time, buying things online, and it's not like we need them. We don't need them. So can we just slow down? The only thing I'll do is lay here next to you. We need to slow down. Embrace the love we found. For you and I was safe and sound. We were on the run, rocking around the clock. Now all we need is right here in front of us. In front of us. So can we just slow down?